Have you ever worked really hard on a creative project and then not put it out? And then come back to it a couple of months later and it no longer feels attractive? I know the struggle. I've experienced this type of resistance many times over. So where does this come from? What's stopping us? I've spent a lot of time over the last 5 years answering this question. Yeah, shorty.
Full power exertion. Oh, bang.
Oi! Fucking smashed it. So one of the things I've struggled with quite a lot over the years is this force I call resistance or creative resistance. You know, the inability to let go of the projects that I'm working on. And then today I'm with Dom, who sits on the other side of the fence and he's very comfortable putting himself out there and putting his work out there. So I'm very interested to have a talk to Dom and find out what it is for him that just allows him to be able to let go of things.
Anytime we see something that we feel is like pretty good, pretty chuffed about, get it on the phone and make sure that we shoot the shit out of it, so then we have a good piece of content of something that we're proud of.
Alright, finally found somewhere to drill front flip precisions. Just stomped it for the first time. Close to it.
Yes! Spotless!
Commit to it, yeah.
On the wall.
Your body knows what it needs to do.
10,000 front flips, 10,000 precisions equals flip precision.
10,000 hours.
Yeah, I just like put shit out there, I guess. I don't really worry too much about like what people really think of it, in the sense of like, if they hate it, if they like it, they like it. Why don't you try explaining the jump more? Then I'm like, cool, I've started to integrate that. Like, just listen to what people want and do it because you want to. Yeah, try and interact more with them. You're gonna get better constructive criticism from them, you know? And then that way you like, yeah, cater to the people that like you.
So Dom got his hands on one of the 360 cameras. I've never used one before. Pretty excited to have a play around with that. If I get hold of the footage, I'll put some of the stuff that we've shot here now.
So it's your boy Harry on Sean's camera, doing some behind the scenes while Dom and Michael set up a new line.
Side flip, I'm entering frame.
How do you feel you went that time?
Yeah, it's a good learning process. That's for sure. Just even having like a 1 meter pole, like I've ran into like 4 things already. Like here,
spatial
and I'm
awareness.
just like, boom! Whoa!
Oh shit, I'm being shot. Look out, wipe up by the man.
I think the most important thing I learned is the more that I just do what I want to do, the more I get respect from people for doing it. If I try to please other people like entirely, it doesn't have any authenticity.
Be your genuine self. Who would ever think that? So there's currently 7.5 billion people in the world, and it's estimated that about half of those people are now online. Let that number sink in. Let's say 3.5 billion people on the internet. There is going to be someone out there that resonates with the message that you are offering. However, I think the problem is sometimes we get caught up with that number and we think that we have to appeal to all of those people. There's a concept in marketing called the minimal viable audience, which helps you ask the question, what is the minimum size audience that can help sustain my business and help it to grow? And so if we use that when it comes to putting our content out there, and we start to realize that we don't need to appeal to everyone, that there would be a minimal viable audience, we can start creating the type of content that will allow that to happen. And then when it comes back to this force of resistance, it starts to give us a more achievable goal. And instead of focusing on the macro and the millions of people that we want to appeal to, it starts to allow us to put in processes and create the content that will appeal to that minimal viable audience.
Oh, and this awkward footage is just us doing a test shoot for a protein bar.
You are a sexy man. You are a sexy boy. You put the sexy chocolate in the sexy mouth.
Love it, got it.
You know you want to eat it.
They're good.
And then
You're beautiful, Dominic. You're a model.
This is what I've been working my whole life for, to get this face shape.
Oh, that's the money shot. That was the cheeky smile. I saw it.
Genuine taste. I'm really impressed with the taste.
Yeah. One more. Try and clean it up. Yes.
Got it.
So who are my minimal viable audience? Well, you can probably start to see. My niche is parkour and building parkour culture. The people that I'll appeal to is people that are trying to create a parkour business or become a pro athlete and want information about that. And anything on top of that, well, that's a bonus. And there is a chance that my content is going to appeal to more than just that audience. But that's not the goal, and it's okay if it doesn't. And if I'm serving those people, then I'll be happy. So what is your niche? And who are you trying to serve and add value to? When we start working that out, it might make it a bit easier. Because if you're trying to appeal to everyone, you will appeal to no one. Are you putting the stuff that you want out there? Are you letting resistance get the better of you? Let me know in the comments below. And finally, if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Maybe hit the bell button. I'm doing live podcasts now. I've got one with Jason Paul that I just released on Monday. So go and check that out. And I've got another one coming up on Sunday that I'm going to be doing live. And I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one. And I've got heaps more coming for you. Thanks for watching. Peace.